friends, Erin Chase here from $5 Dinners, and this is my weekly 5-minute meal show that typically happens on Sundays, but it is happening today on Monday for a myriad of reasons. We're going to talk what my number one reason why I love freezer meals and make ahead meals, and we're going to get started making our pepperoni chicken and citrus salmon foil packs. So if you're catching the replay, slide it forward just a little bit. I'd like to say hello and welcome to our live viewers who are here with us today. Good morning and happy Monday. I love freezer meals, and we're going to talk about why, and I want to know why you love them as well. So this morning we are making pepperoni chicken. This is a slow cooker or instant pot version. We are also going to do a citrus salmon foil pack that you could cook out on the grill if it's warm enough, which is not warm enough here in San Antonio. It usually is warm enough by now to get back outside and grilling, but not quite yet. It's actually quite chilly this morning. Or you could do it in the oven. You can bake the foil packs as well. And we'll talk about both of those ways to do the pepperoni chicken, the slow cooker, and the Instant Pot. We'll talk about how to do the citrus salmon foil packs in the oven as well as on the grill. So tell me, good morning, tell me what's on the meal plan this week. Tell me what you're having for dinner tonight, if you know. And also, why do you love make-ahead meals? Like, why are freezer meals like such a thing? Why do we love them? I'll tell you why I love them. Busy mom with 4 boys, if we haven't met yet. I work here at $5 Dinners at My Freeze Easy, and I have 4 boys that I have to keep up with. And part of the reason I wasn't here doing this yesterday is because 2 of them have been sick, and I ended up just snuggling with them on the couch watching the Olympics last night. And oh my goodness, that figure skating is all I have to say about that. So Christine loves them because it saves time. Trisha is doing crock pot meals all week. Me too. Well, one of these is crock pot. We'll probably end up making the salmon this week as well. I might stick it in the freezer for next week, though. I'll tell you my number one reason right now. And I'll tell you my reasons do change. They change because of life situations, right? My number one reason that I love freezer meals right now is because I left the house twice in the last 8 days. Twice. Once was last night going to the grocery store. The other was going to the grocery store last weekend, last Sunday. Not kidding. So it allowed me to, we didn't go out at all. We ate at home all week last week, lunches and dinners, because I have a freezer stocked full of food. So this last week, I've been loving freezer meals because we've been sick. Well, they've been sick, I should say. And I have dinner just right here that's really quick to thaw and really quick to cook. So let's get started with these. I'm getting a little chatty here. Let me switch over. We're going to start making the pepperoni chicken first. There are 2 ways you can cook this. We're going to get into that. You can cook this. We're putting it right in here. We're cooking this chicken in the slow cooker or the Instant Pot. Trisha, those French dip sandwiches are amazing. I hope you love them if you haven't made them yet. Tell me why you love make-ahead meals or freezer meals. That's what we're chatting about this morning. I told you my reason is it totally saved my tail this last week when all the kids were sick. All right, we're putting in chicken breasts, boneless, skinless chicken breasts. These actually were on sale at my store this week, which is super rare. They have chicken on sale, so I was kind of stoked about that. All right, I'm just going to do a tiny bit of salt and pepper. We're cooking this. You could do slow cooker. You could do Instant Pot. You could also bake this chicken, I think, but I prefer the slow cooker Instant Pot option because it's a little bit, well, this baking is pretty hands-off too. Good morning, Carly. How are you, dear? All right, so salt and pepper. I'm just going to go right in there. You can add more salt and pepper to taste later. Here, let me switch this around. Would you be able to see this better if I did this? I think so. Can you see that better now? How handy is that? Is that better? Let me block this light. You guys, the ceiling lights in here make the craziest shadows on my counter. Okay, so chicken. Pizza sauce, you guys, this is super easy. Pizza sauce, just a jar. These are the dump style dinners that we love so much with Freeze Easy. A lot of our recipes are like this. Not all of them, but they're all fast and quick to prepare. And this is what all we're adding is pepperoni. This is what we're going to freeze right here. The chicken, the sauce, and the pepperoni. That's it. You can put like 20 to 25 pepperonis in there. The pepperoni is going to give that sauce that amazing flavor, and it's going to just, like the chicken, when you do it in the slow cooker or the Instant Pot, will be very shreddable. So you'll end up with this like amazing shredded chicken with this delicious pizza pepperoni sauce. It's just delicious. You could serve it with a side of pasta. You could just serve it with salad or some veggies, just the chicken and the veggies. It's very filling because of the sauce and the pepperoni. All right, you guys keep sharing what you love about freezing meals. I love reading it. I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. It's actually not that easy to do. All right, so that's that. When this is finished in the slow cooker or the Instant Pot, you're going to just add some shredded mozzarella cheese and some grated parm on top to then kind of complete the whole, like, this is chicken in pizza form, pizza and chicken form, whatever, right? So that's what we're doing with this. Slow cooker on low for 8 hours. Instant Pot, if you're cooking it from fresh, meaning the chicken is raw or fresh like it is right now, 15 minutes in the Instant Pot. If you're cooking this from frozen, so say you freeze this in a round bowl. If you're going to do this in the Instant Pot, let me just show you. Here's a pro tip for you. Where's my other bowl? I'll use this one. All right, if you're going to freeze for the Instant Pot, this is what you need to do. This is a 6-quart insert. This is a bowl that's smaller than the 6-quart insert that you can fit inside of it. So just find a bowl that you can nest inside your insert, and then you'll freeze the food like this, round. Catherine, those are our freezer bag holders. You can get those. I'll show you where you can get those. You can get those right here. We have them in our shop, which actually got a makeover over the weekend. Can you see that okay right there? We have these available. They hold the bags open. So if you're going to freeze this, you need to freeze it in a round shape so that when it's time to, let's pretend this froze in a round shape. So when it's frozen, you can literally turn it upside down into the Instant Pot in a frozen ball. I call it the frozen ball of delicious. You freeze it round and dump it in like this with a cup of liquid. You do need to add a cup of liquid if you're going to cook it that way. If you're going to cook from frozen in the Instant Pot, you have to add liquid, or it won't read it, it won't pressurize correctly. So if you're cooking this from frozen, it's 22 to 24 minutes in the Instant Pot. So let me recap those times for you real quick. Let's get this back open so you can see these guys. So this is the pepperoni chicken. You can do slow cooker, low for 8 hours. You can also cook it from frozen on low for 8 hours. Instant Pot, you're going to do 15 minutes on high pressure if this is fresh chicken. So if I were to make this right now in the Instant Pot, fresh chicken, raw chicken, not frozen, I would do 15 minutes. If I was cooking this from that round ball of delicious that I just showed you, where it's frozen, the chicken is frozen, you're going to add a cup of water or stock to the insert, and you're going to cook it for 22 to 24 minutes. And it will take longer to pressurize when you do that in the Instant Pot, but it's completely hands-off. It thaws it and cooks it all at the same time. So just add a little bit of extra time into your kind of dinner schedule because it'll take a little bit longer to cook it from frozen, but you don't have to worry about throwing it. Flat freeze just like this. If you're doing multiple meals, put a piece of parchment paper in between so that the bags don't stick together, because then they won't tear. If you put that parchment paper in between, they will not tear. Next up, salmon. Okay, I got real chatty on that one, but I still think we can do both of these in 10 minutes. Salmon. Lots of tips for you there. All right. What we're doing with these foil packs, I'm actually going to make a bigger mess on my counter. Let me do this. Let me reposition here. We have 4 pieces of foil that we're going to put each little salmon fillet on. I just got a little bit over a pound, and I asked the guy to cut it into 4 pieces. So these are pretty small pieces, but I asked them to cut it because I personally do not have a filleting knife. I just let the guys at the store cut it because they're the ones with the filleting knife, and they're the ones that are the expert seafood slicers, right? So let them do it. Just ask them. Just say, can you cut that into 4 pieces for me? And they will. All right, then I don't have to. It's one less step on my prep that I don't have to worry about. We do not need to take the skin off of this salmon. We can just leave it just like that. And what we're going to do is a little tiny bit of salt and pepper onto each one. Just a little pinchful. I have more over here. I guess you can see the one. I kind of have it all over the counter here. After that, we're going to do a little dill. If you have some in your garden, use fresh. You can also get it from the store. You can also just, like fresh dill from the store is actually pretty cheap here. You can also use the dried kind. This is a new one. I guess I just ran out. All right. I do go through quite a bit of dill. I usually have dill because I make my own ranch dressing mix. Okay, dill right on top. Let me kind of move this. We don't need the bag holders for this meal because we're just going to slide these in. Can you guys see? There's 3. Wow, this camera's taking a wider angle. Oh, there we go. Whoa, how about that? Okay. The dill and the citrus flavors together in this are just phenomenal. So next what we need to do is just slice up the orange and the lemon. And we're going to be surprised here. I got this guy from the blood orange section. I know this is a blood orange. I can tell by the color. But this one I'm not so sure. So we're going to find out. You can use any old orange. Oh, it is a blood orange. It just didn't look like it from the outside. I just love these because they're so colorful. And they just have that extra rich flavor that's going to go onto the salmon. So I need 4 slices. I didn't do the slice very well over here. And we're just going to lay this right on top. Just right on top. And as this cooks or grills or bakes, however you're going to cook it, the juices will seep out of the... I'm going to save this one for later. The juices will seep out and onto the salmon and just kind of soak in there. All right, if you're just joining us, tell us your favorite reason or why you love freezer meals or make-ahead meals. These are make-ahead meals. These are just 2 examples. Typically, when I do freezer meals like this, I do 10 or 20 meals at a time. Usually 2 meals of each recipe. So this I would be making 2 worth is typically how I do it. But for the sake of our 5-minute meal show, I like to demonstrate 2, oops, I need to do 1 and 1, there we go. I like to demonstrate 2 recipes in 10 minutes. And so that's why we're doing 2 different ones today. But typically I will do 10 meals, 5 recipes makes 10 meals all at the same time. All right, we're just gonna wrap these up. You kind of want them to be airtight. They're kind of going to steam in there as those the fruits and salmons let off their juices. It'll end up sort of steaming in there. You can bake these for 15 to 20 minutes at 400. It's going to depend on how thick and tall your salmon is as to how long you need to cook them, but it's usually 15 to 20 minutes. You just stick them on a baking sheet, 400 degrees, 15 to 20 minutes. Or my favorite way to do foil packs is out on the grill. And you would just grill them over direct heat. If your grill has a temperature or a temperature dial, I guess, temperature thermometer, ours does. I usually do ours at around 400, 425, and it also takes about 15 to 20 minutes. But you also have more variables when you're grilling, so just be mindful of that. It might take a little bit longer, but of course you want to cook them until the salmon is all no longer pink and nice and flaky. All right, so this is a recap of what we just made in a little over 10 minutes, but I got real chatty there in the middle about the Instant Pot. But that was a really helpful tip. So also to freeze these, you're just going to stick them into a bag like this. Usually you can get 2 or 3 across. And then you can label the bags and you know what's for dinner. All right, that is what I know. Citrus salmon, grilled citrus salmon or oven citrus salmon. We also have the pepperoni chicken right here, which you can make in the Instant Pot. Let me do it this way. How about that's better? Is that better? And if you want to get some of these guys, shopfreezeeasy.com is our website where we sell those. We'll mail them to you. That's what I know for today. Happy Monday. I hope you have a fantastical week. Let me switch back over to you. Nope, this way. Okay, sorry. Happy Monday. I hope you have a super fantastic week. I hope this is helpful. I hope this is inspirational, giving you some new ideas for things that you can get put together and into your freezer. I think I'm going to make the pepperoni chicken right now. I'm just going to put it into my, actually my multi-cooker, which is sitting right over here. I'm going to put it in there, which is very similar to a slow cooker. I'm going to get that in there, and I think we'll have that for dinner. And I'm going to put the salmon packs into the freezer because I have an idea of when I want to cook those in a couple, not this week, maybe next week. So that's what I know. Happy Monday. Have a super great week. We're talking about chili on the Dinner Made Easy show on Wednesday, so I will see you then. Talk soon.